Hello everyone, this is Braden Chase. Welcome to English Hackers, and another lesson here for you guys, another story for you. So a couple of you have asked me, did you really learn Portuguese in 2 days? And the answer is no, I did not. But I did go from I can't understand anything and I don't know what's going on and I can't say anything to I don't have an accent in 2 days. And I wanted to kind of explain that a little bit so that we know what's going on and what was happening with that. So, like I said before, I went to Brazil to kind of help people because there was a service project to be a part of. And there was a group of friends that I went with. And we're all there at this language school. And we're learning, we're in the same classes. There's only about eight of us or so in these rooms. These rooms are very small, smaller than this room where I am right now. And with all eight of us plus the teacher, 9 in the room, like I couldn't do this or I would hit somebody, right? It's very small, very tight. And I remember a particular point where the teacher came. Everyone in the room is quietly working on their assignment, right? Writing sentences or something, reading, I don't remember what. And the teacher came and said, "Braden, come here." So I walked over to his corner and he said, "Braden, why can't you learn Portuguese?" And he said that right in front of all my friends, right in front of everybody. Like I was just so stupid, right? What's wrong with me that I can't learn this? Look, everybody else is doing it. Why can't I? Why can't I learn? And that hurt. That hurt a lot. That made me very sad and really pretty angry. And I remember going back to my room that night and just being furious. I'm walking back and forth across the room and I'm muttering to myself, why did he have to say that? Why am I so dumb? Why is Portuguese so hard? Why do I have to do this? I can't do it. And I said, I give up. So I started packing my bag. I had a big blue suitcase and I pulled it out and I started putting my clothes in there. I started putting my book in there, the things that I had, which didn't have very much. It was just one suitcase. And I remember I grabbed my book. It was a big green Portuguese book, and we called it the Green Dragon. And I looked at it and I stopped for a second and I thought, why isn't there another way? Why can't I do this? Why isn't there a better way for doing this? And as I told the story before, that's when it kind of hit me like, well, why isn't there a better way? Why isn't there some other way to learn Portuguese, to learn language? What if there is a better way? And I sat and I thought and I said, okay, I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to give it one last try. And I'm going to work and I'm going to see if I can figure this out. So got all my stuff back out of the suitcase and I hung it back up in my closet and put everything back away. And I got all of the homework that the teacher had given me and I threw it away because I wasn't happy with him, so I didn't want to do any of his homework. And I got the book and I set it out and I said, okay, where do I start? And I didn't really know where to start, so I said pronunciation, right? Speaking, pronunciation, that's important. So I started and I looked through this entire book. There's like 600 pages in this textbook. It was a big book. And I went through and I found every single piece of pronunciation, every tip, every commentary, every little paragraph that said pronounce this letter this way. And I found this one and this one and this one. And after the end, I summarized this 600-page book into about 60 pages of notes of this and this and this and this and this and this. These are all the pieces that I need. There's everything. And then I had this book that was in Portuguese that I had. It was a storybook. It was just stories, but I didn't really know the stories. And I had my little pronunciation manual that I'd built for myself. And I said, okay, there's a letter L here. L. Where's L? L. Okay, here's L. And then I would practice that sound. Then the next word is O. And then I look at O. How do I say O? O is this way. Okay, flip through those pages, find that one, understand that one. Okay. And I went through these stories and these words letter by letter and put it all together sound by sound by sound, figuring out which one, each piece that was there, and then I'd get the whole word. Then I'd take that word and go, okay, so with all of these sounds and all of these pieces, this word is pronounced this way. Okay, so I got one word down. Word number 2, and did the same thing, letter by letter by letter. 2 words, and I went through it. Letter by letter by letter, 3 words. Letter by letter by letter, 4 words. 5 words, 6 words, 1 sentence. 7 words, 8 words, 9 words, 10 words, 11 words, 2 sentences, right? Letter by letter by letter. I went through almost 200 pages of this book, of this storybook. Letter by letter. And as you might imagine, that took a very long time and a lot of effort. And that's what I did for those next 2 days, right? When I had that realization, that epiphany, that perspective, and I said, okay, let's do this differently. This is what I focused on for 48 hours. Letter by letter by letter. And because of the help of this book, which had some really good tips inside of it, it was fantastic. But they're all spread out through the book. I couldn't find them, right? So I had to pull them all out myself and put them someplace and then study them and then practice them. And it was at the end of those 2 days when I said, okay, I think I've kind of got this. Teacher writes something up on the board, says, Braden, please read this. And I read it to him and he goes, Braden, that had absolutely no accent. And I said, aha, I got it. I found something. I figured something out. Which was just a wonderful experience and a wonderful feeling to be like, I actually did something, because I was totally failing at everything else. But I had a pretty serious problem still, that I didn't actually know what I had read. I didn't understand any of the words. I didn't know what was going on. I could just read the letters. I knew what the sounds were supposed to be. But I couldn't understand anything. So I'm like, okay, I figured out this system, these pieces here. Okay, I still got to do grammar. Still got to do prepositions, I still got to do verbs, I still need to do vocabulary, I still need to do all of these other pieces that are going to culture that I didn't understand, Brazilian culture, all these other things I still need to learn. But now I've got a system. Now I've got a tool. I've won one of the battles. Maybe I can do 2. So I started and I fought and I focused on the next piece, and then the next piece, and then the next piece, and then the next piece. And letter by letter, word by word, conjugation by conjugation, preposition by preposition, piece by piece, I brought all of these things together. And it was a tremendous amount of effort. This was not easy at all. I had a lot of focus, hundreds of hours focused on these things over the next while. But I got it. And I learned. And I speak Portuguese to this day. My Portuguese isn't perfect, right? I still have an accent, a little bit. I don't use Portuguese hardly anymore, other than to talk to my wife sometimes. But I learned on this focused, clear system, and I was able to use that to learn Spanish. I was able to use that when I was studying Japanese. I was able to use that in a bunch of different ways, and it's helped me out a ton. This focused system for pulling things together quickly and for learning language fast. So, can you learn English in 2 days? No. Can you learn parts of English in just 2 days? Yes, you can. And so this system that I have, these are some of the things that I'll be teaching in this course that I'll be releasing here in a couple of weeks called English Speaking Secrets. So I'm just trying to tell you the stories, right, and why I have this course and how this is built. I hope that was interesting for you and helpful, and that there were some tips in there for you on how to improve your own English study. And thank you all very much, and I hope to see you tomorrow.